from one thriving franchise to a floundering one. We got to talk about what happened in New Orleans.
Yep.
The Pelicans made the unshocking decision to fire Willie Green. 2-10 to start the season. They were basically bottom 5 in every single category: offensive rating, defensive rating, net rating. Worse than that, like when I talk to coaches that went up against the Pelicans, like they would just it would just be kind of like an ick that I would hear from them. Like, like they don't play. There's no discipline to them. There's no identity to them. And I bring that up because it struck me when Joe Dumars announced the firing and he talked to reporters. He was talking about like this team doesn't have an identity. And I think that's fair. I think that's true. Willie Green, I think he was in a contract year. He was kind of a dead man walking there in New Orleans, wasn't hired by the Pelicans staff. The Pelicans then responded by getting smoked in back-to-backs by Golden State and the Thunder, so nothing really changed. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess they're Golden State and the Thunder. I'm with you there. But, is it shuffling deck chairs around on the Titanic right now? Like, can James Borrego really make a big difference on a team where you can't count on Zion Williamson to be healthy every single night? Your take on kind of what's happening in New Orleans?
Well, I thought the timing of it was interesting. There was an outcry from some New Orleans fans of, you should have done this summer, that kind of thing. I'm not surprised they waited. This is sort of a crafty old-time GM move of, if I replace the coach over the summer and I don't think the team is good enough to really do much, then it's on me. This way, kind of the team doesn't do much. You replace Willie, you get to have Borrego for most of the season. You say, oh, he's interim for the rest of the season. You don't have to have that, commitment. You see how he does. And then in the summer, you can take a round and see if there's a better coach out there. I think Borrego's fine. He hasn't distinguished himself as the greatest NBA coach in the world when he's had chances. He hasn't gotten hired for other jobs recently, but, he's going to get a chance to show his stuff. Part of my question with all of this, though, is they don't have their pick because of the ridiculous, insane trades
part of the same thing.
that they made, right around the NBA Finals.
I have nothing to do with New Orleans, but that actually gives me like heartburn.
No, it's
watching
awful.
the Pacers just melt the way they are.
Yep.
And watching the Pelicans stumble. If you're Atlanta, you're sitting out there going like, this is great. Like, this is amazing.
I mean, you wonder if this is a team where the roster just isn't great and the two bright spots are the rookies. Jeremiah Fears is fun to watch.
Better than I thought he was going to be.
Yep.
He's only like 18, 19 years old.
Absolutely. So. And Derek Queen is in one of those unenviable positions of no matter how well he does, it's not going to be worth an unprotected first-round pick.
Unless he's Victor Wembanyama.
Right.
Like, it's tough.
We can still say it was one of the worst trades I've seen in a long time, not in Dallas Mavericks, Luka level, but, very bad.
It's on the next tier.
And still simultaneously, two things can be true, that Queen has been good for them. So if their new timeline is reasonably these younger players, does the front office say, okay, we made some bad decisions when we first got here. When was the last time Joe Dumars was a team executive? He's been in the league for a while.
I mean, Detroit, right? He was kind of in Sacramento. What was his deal in Sacramento? I forget if he was involved.
He was involved, but he wasn't like the decision maker.
But Detroit was the one he was running
right, so was that
operations.
A decade?
Probably something like that.
Right?
It didn't go well at the end of Detroit.
No, and my point is just, look, I think Joe Dumars is, obviously a legendary player. I covered those Pistons teams, put together a little bit of magic, putting those guys together. But, the league moves on, and it's possible that not having flexed those muscles for a decade or so, in a lead capacity way, you end up making some bad initial decisions. That doesn't mean you need to keep making them. And you don't have your pick this year. Is there something you could do to get a pick in this transcendent draft we always talk about back? And is it time to trade Zion Williamson?
But what does Zion get you right now?
Well,
for the third time in 4 years, he is dealing with a major injury. I think recent years have been hamstring injuries, same type of injury. He has played 30 games or less in 2 of the last 3 years. I know there was a 70-game season mixed in there. So everybody's kind of looking at that and going like,
it can happen.
It can happen. We can get him. We can get him to a 70-game threshold. I just don't know what the value for Zion is right in this moment.
There's no rush to do it.
Would Utah give up their unprotected first-round pick in this year's draft to get Zion Williamson?
So I think, first of all, there's no reason to do it right now when he's not playing. I think you wait until he hopefully puts together a stretch of 20 games where he's played straight. They just need to get it before the deadline. I think if you can sell someone on giving you their first round pick in this draft, and it is, above 15.
Ooh, I don't know if I'd do that. I mean, like I brought up Utah because that's a team that's going to have, no matter what, a top 5 pick in the draft. And if you're bullish on this draft, which they should have been last year, they should have been last month or 2 months ago.
One would have thought.
If you're bullish on it, then yeah, if Utah was willing to do it, maybe you think about it. But like for like a team that might have the 12th or 13th pick, I'm also really concerned with the idea of selling low on Zion because I do think eventually Zion's going to get it.
Yeah,
maybe
but that's okay.
But is it though? Like
yes.
you have to watch 10 years of Zion Williamson.
It's not working for you. Here's the thing. It's, I compare sometimes with NBA teams trades with buying a house because I think there's a lot of similarities. You just need one buyer, that sort of thing.
Right.
You can have a house that's a great house. It just doesn't work for you or your family, right? Like, think about some of the awesome apartments you've had in New York, in Boston.
New York, not so much, but yeah.
I had this amazing apartment in the Village when I was in my 20s and 30s. It was fantastic.
I was in a lower tax bracket back then, Rachel. I was like a fact checker.
Guess what? I have 2 kids now. That apartment would not have worked for me at all right now. There's no reason for me to live in that apartment. It would not feel like a fabulous apartment. I would feel like, man, this is totally the wrong place. Everything about this frustrates me. We can't do X. We can't do Y. There is a point where you have to evaluate, is Zion Williamson doing for you the things that he needs to do to have value to keep him? And we have a large sample size at this point. And the truth is, he has not been able to, in New Orleans, whether it is age, whether it is body type, whether it is eating habits in an eating city, whether it is the training staff in New Orleans, whether it is an owner that prioritizes football over basketball. It could be a whole bunch of combined reasons, but those are the conditions in New Orleans. And Zion Williamson, after a long trial period, it's not working. So even if he goes off and is a great apartment for someone else, the truth is, by now, it's not working for you. And I think there is a point where if he can get a little bit healthier this season, you have 2 rookies you think are good and can be the start of something. If you can get a relatively high draft pick, it doesn't have to be top 3, in this draft, which is supposed to be so good all the way through, and really put your energy into scouting the right guys, I think that is a direction of the franchise that at least fans can believe in and players can believe in. Because the other problem leading up to this firing was attendance at the last few games.
Dreadful.
And you're talking about a team where the bar is already very low for attendance. Awful. I mean, they were almost playing a private game at one point. And player body language was even worse.
Yeah.
So this isn't working. And at some point, you have to decide, are we going to still live in the wrong apartment, even if it's a great apartment for someone else? Or are we going to go get a house somewhere in the suburbs? I mean, it's just, you got to figure that out.
Yeah, I saw our friend Nick Friedel now with The Athletic tweet, he's covering the Warriors full time.
Mm-hmm.
And he tweeted out that usually before every game, the crowds are huge to watch Steph warm up. Huge. In New Orleans, nothing.
No.
Nobody was there. Now, Nick, of course, got the ire of the Pelicans fans. And there are Pelicans fans. Like, they're always passionate fans. There's just not enough of them. But it's getting bad down there.
Yeah.
It's getting really bad. And God, if for some reason, like the Pacers and Hawks wind up with like 1-2 in the draft with picks that could have belonged.
Yes.
Or at least one of those picks that could have belonged to the New Orleans Pelicans, just move them. Just pick up and start somewhere else. That's just almost an unforgivable sin to be in a position where you could get franchise-changing talent at the top of this draft. I don't know. It's getting bad down in New Orleans, that's for sure.
Well, I will say about the fans, by the way, the ones who were there, those are the best fans in the world.
Yeah.
If you can be a fan of this team and pay money to show up and watch them right now, you have one fandom.
Yeah.
You have done it. You are number one. You have figured it out because you are the most loyal fan on earth. If this team, you can still find a reason to come pay to watch them.
The most
right
loyal
now.
fan on earth is that kid that was in the Jets jersey. You watched that video when he was going around? He's like, I hate this team. I hate everything about it. I was born into this. Like that is my kind of fan. I love that kid. I've watched that clip a million times. Oh,
why did they do this to me? Why did my parents not love me?
Oh, I love it.